Today I'm just working on the email list for a new project that I'm working on called TuberChat, which is going to be a growth network similar to something like Melda and Armour Family or Happy Lux or the Crockett Way and things like that. Um, So one of the things that I think is very important, especially when it comes to marketing, is an email list, because email is the great equalizer. Things like Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, Instagram, and all that stuff, they come and go, as we've seen over the last 20 or so years. But email stays always, and it's necessary for all these services. I know now you can start to sign up with your phone and this and that, but it is in my opinion, much more useful to have email as your anchor. So, African New TV, thanks for coming in. Kristen, of course. Lisa and Wells, if you're still here, thanks for checking in. LaFrance Hart in Q's World, thank you for coming by. All I'm doing is working on some marketing stuff. So, the system I use all the time is MailChimp for email lists. And I think that everybody who's running any kind of a small business or a brand of any kind needs to have that. So all I'm doing is working on a email that will be sent to everybody. I mean, we'll see how far I get. I've only got an hour today, but we'll see how far I get. I'm sending an email so that when you subscribe to the TuberChat email list, once you're done, it'll send you a confirmation email. You'll click it, and then it'll send an initial email that tells you what kind of things are available to you, just to make sure everybody's very clear. So we have a Facebook page, we have an Instagram profile, we have a Twitter profile as well. And I want to make sure that everybody who signs up on the email list gets involved in as many of those as they'd like to. So in Q's World says, you've definitely had your email for a long time. Yeah, so a lot of people sign up for multiple emails, and I do the same thing. So I have a Hotmail, it's just kevinkay@hotmail.com. I use that just for signing up for stuff. I have, there's probably almost 100,000 emails in there, because I've had it since I was, 20 years old, maybe younger. And when I need to sign up for something or reset a password or things like that, I use that as my anchor, because it's free, it's been there forever. But then you have, a lot of people have separate email that they use for business. So if somebody wanted to email me personally, they could get to me at kevinkay@kevinkay.com. And I only use that for serious stuff. So, I guess I better get to it. I was working on this a little bit already. I just had the pages open and this and that. So, to get here in the MailChimp system, it's fairly easy. And if I remember right, I'm going to go to my campaigns. And this is where I'm going to start a new campaign. A campaign is just an email that you're going to send out. This campaign I've got here is the TuberChat homepage, which you saw in the thumbnail of the video, but let's just check it out anyway. I'm hitting the wrong thing here. TuberChat.com. If you should go to TuberChat.com, there's a very simple page that just comes up, and this allows people to sign up for the email list. And this campaign controls that. It's the landing page, as you can see right there. And it's for my audience, TuberChat. They've recently changed it. I used to just say list. Now it says audience, but it doesn't matter. So this is a fairly new thing. Obviously, you can see we've only got like 3 subscribers or whatever, because we haven't launched TuberChat yet. I'm expecting to launch it in the beginning of April, so we'll see how that goes. And then I am going to create a campaign. So I just want probably an email. Yes. Campaign name. Welcome. Email. I'm going to call it TuberChat, just so that I can decipher it a year from now when I forget all this, from the automated one that they send, because a welcome email, by their standards, sometimes is the one that is your subscription confirmation. You know, when you sign up for something, you get an email and it says click here to confirm your subscription. So to everyone from TuberChat, TuberChatMail.com, that's going to change. I'm going to change that email to be subscribe@TuberChat.com. But I can do that anytime. Subject of this campaign, welcome to TuberChat. And preview text, maybe I'll come back and think about that later. So maybe I put an emoji in there. Welcome to TuberChat, exclamation mark. And yes, I tend to be quite conservative and not very fun when it comes to technical things. So what I try to do now is use emojis here and there to kind of just add that little bit of fun to everything. Grinning face. That's fine. I'll leave that for now, and we'll see how we feel about it after. A good thing about MailChimp is you're able to go through your campaigns later after you start sending them and get statistics to see how they're performing. So you could do a lot of testing and do things like take these emojis out and stuff like that and make sure that you're maximizing. So what do I want here? Add a social post? No, I don't want to do any of that right now. Content, design the email. I haven't done this in a while. They keep changing their system, as most of these software services do. So I am probably just going to want a one column. I may not even go full width. Products, tell a story, educate. They got a lot of templates here for you. And that's all free stuff, so that's good. But I am just going to, actually, you know, I could have done something here by going with another template, because this is going to be very, very simple, right? Oh, upgrade to use. There you go. Okay, so we'll stick with the free one for now. So we'll get a logo in here. Replace the default logo. I've already got one in there from my landing page. Really doesn't need to be that huge, but maybe I'll shrink that down afterwards. It's time to design your email. So I'm wondering how it is going to let me add another section. There we go. Okay, so section. So I want a section for the YouTube channel, which I'll design first, and then I want one for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as a minimum, and I'll decide what else afterward. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We can treat that and make it just regular. I see. Thanks for coming by again. I'm always good. Hopefully you are as well. Today is just another live I decided to go on while I'm working on a computer for an hour. I'm getting things set up for TuberChat, which is that project that I've been talking about a little bit. I'm expecting to really launch it, if you want to call it that, around April. And I'll spend 1 month just getting this stuff together, but there's a lot of work involved when I do things like this. And this is an example. So I'm setting up an email right now that will be sent to people after they subscribe to the TuberChat email list to let them know that we have a YouTube channel, an Instagram profile, a Twitter profile, and a Facebook profile. Maybe I'll get into more afterwards as well. But one of the reasons why is because as a marketing guy, I know that people want to be found where they want to be found. So you can't force everybody to use Instagram. You can't force everybody to use Twitter just because you're on there. So what I would like to do is go lightly on each one, make sure I'm throwing a very wide net, and then people can get caught where they want to be caught. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, it's probably a good idea if I get an image happening here as well as a paragraph. So I gotta remind myself how to do this. I'll put my cursor up here and see what it says for an image. So it wants some kind of an image. Maybe I use an avatar until I work something better out. I like everything to be uniform, so maybe I'll make the graphics that I want as well at the same time. We will go to projects, TuberChat. We'll go to, how's that logo looking? It's a little bit huge. I don't want that. Oh, Instagram, that's stuff. If you haven't already seen the Instagram profile for this, you'll notice that I did a little trick at the bottom where you can post 3 images side by side, and if those are your first 3 images, they come in at the bottom of your Instagram profile. A lot of people do it with 9, so that it makes a really good looking profile before you start filling it with regular posts. So where did I have my avatars? Here's one, but that's for our Facebook group, which is another thing. Maybe I have to make one. So, get back to where I was. TuberChat. Where's my logo one? Here. This is the one I always start from. It's a very simple logo that I did just to get the thing going. You save my file as something else first. Actually, what I'm gonna want a YouTube button, which I know I have. I recently got. Forgive me. I'm actually working right now, so this was not pre-planned. I'm trying to think of how I want to have this look. Where are my YouTube graphic assets? Here they are. Social, 24, red. They give you, these are right off the YouTube site, the stuff that they give you to use in your marketing materials and websites and things like that. So, trying to think of what I'm going to want, because I'm going to want them all to be uniform. And I'll just use that as it is. I don't need to make something right this second, and I will come back, and if I need to make something, I will. So, upload. Downloads. I know it's at the bottom here somewhere. YouTube full color icon, social, 1024, red, and I'll just grab the one that looks like the app icon for now. And there it is. I select it, insert it. I don't want it to be 1024, so I don't know, let's try 200 or 150. 150 by 150. Link to URL. This is very important. So we are going to grab our URL here and put it back into here. Now you're going to notice what I'm going to do is knock off this extra bit. You don't need that, but the question mark, so without the question mark, that's your regular channel URL. But I'll tell you a trick. So if you hit the question mark and then you put the words sub_confirmation equals 1, this is going to automatically open your YouTube channel to somebody who clicks that link with a pop-up window that says, are you sure you want to subscribe? Which is great, in my opinion. Now, I wonder if this is what I wanted. Number of columns, 2 columns. Column split, save and close. Can I? So now I want the text, and I want it in the other column. Is that right? This doesn't have very good, this isn't it. Oh, I know what I did. Okay, I'm making big mistakes here. I'm being silly. So forgive me. Okay, let's go back. How do I get back to here? I want this. Save and close. Here we go. Now I want image and text. Do I? Into the campaign. Okay, so I'm not reading while I'm doing this. There we go. I haven't done this in a while. Now, style. It's not going to let me move these. Maybe save and close. Look back again. I know I want image and text. Let's put our image in here first, which was this. Insert. Oh, I accidentally hit iTunes. It's going to pop up and annoy me. Edit. Because I didn't want to put it in its full size like that. I forget how big I like to make these things all the time. Let's change our size to 150 like we were going to, and we'll see how it looks. If it's too much, I can always change that too. Up here to save. That knocks that down. Now, how can I get the text over to the right? Settings, here we go. I knew there was a way. There we go. That's what I wanted in the first place. Images, I want 1/2, I want 2/3, 1/3. There we go. Now it's starting to look a little more attractive. You can see what I'm after here. I don't need this square anymore. That's just going to confuse us. So, and let me look at my settings again. Maybe I want 1/4. 1/4 is the perfect size here. So, now I can add a title, which I'll copy out of here, and I will paste into here. Canal de Money, thanks for coming by from Brazil. Thanks, IC, for running this. I know it's not going to be the most entertaining live broadcast that everybody's going to witness probably even today, but I'm just doing some work, and I thought I'd go live and just get some live time in, right? So that's already bold. Size, maybe I can knock that up to 18. Oh, I'm not selecting my text. Select my text, knock it up to, let's try 18. Let's try 24, which is the next. There we go. We'll try that and see how we feel about it after. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then maybe I want to knock that down again. We'll put it at 21. Let's see how we feel about that. Now, this section can go, and this section can be duplicated. And now we need to get ourselves I'm going to put Instagram. I don't know what I want to put first. I think I'll put Facebook first, because Facebook is the page is going to give people the most benefit. And that's what I'm after here. So, of course, the YouTube channel is the #1. That's what this whole thing is about. But the Facebook group is going to give the most benefit to everybody. And then as well, we have an Instagram account and a Twitter account. I don't really know yet exactly what we're going to do with those. What I would like to do is reward people for coming in and following us, and especially doing things like helping promote once we're running. So when we've got videos out there and people are tweeting it, or people are like helping us out on Instagram in one way or another, Facebook, you can also share and help any creator that you want. But our Facebook page, I'm expecting to be a place where people are going to post their videos for other people to see what they're doing, and then hopefully like, watch, subscribe, and things like that. So I think I'll start with Facebook here, and then I'll go to Instagram and Twitter. And like I was saying earlier, MailChimp allows you, after you're sending email campaigns like this, to see the links that people have clicked on. So I'll be able to know within the first little while which is the most popular, and then I can move things around in this email as I wish. That's one of the things I like as well. It's an automated thing. So when somebody signs up for TuberChat on the email list, they're going to get this email sent to them, but I can change it anytime I want, and anybody that gets it after I change it gets the new version of it. So I really like that as a part of the service. So on to, let's see how we can find our Facebook iOS app icon 2020. We'll see what comes up in images. This is what we want. Oh, and that's straight off of Apple. So hopefully this matches the YouTube one, but I can get the YouTube one as well. So I want to save the image. Save image as. Here we go. And I'm going to save this. I didn't mean to do that. In my downloads folder, so it's very easy to get to. And I'm going to save it as Facebook MC icon. I'm just calling it MailChimp icon so that I know what I downloaded this for. Save. Let's try to get YouTube on the App Store and see if it comes up the same way. So this is the same one that Apple would have had. This is the same. Here's the problem with this. The new YouTube icon is white with a red button instead of red with a white button. And we want actually the old one for the purpose of this email. So I'm going to leave it the way it is. Let's get back into the email list and I will edit this section. I'm going to replace this icon with the one that we just downloaded for Facebook. And it's just in my download folders. Or folder rather. Select it and insert it. I didn't change the size. I'm going to have to edit this. I didn't realize that. Okay, so here we go. Photoshop. I don't need this right now. I will open the Facebook icon that I just downloaded, which is over here. Open with Photoshop. You don't have to use Photoshop. I use it every day, so I feel proficient in it, and that is a simple way to knock out our background. Image trim by transparent pixels. It locks it in. I'll save myself a headache. Actually, no, I won't. Okay, so save as, save for web. I want it transparent, so it has to be PNG 24. Oh, I can. Okay, I'll save myself a headache and knock it down to one. Actually, yeah. I'll leave it the size that it was, and the reason why is because in case I don't like 150 as the size that I'm using, then MailChimp will scale it on their own. I'm not going to scale it now. So PNG, yes. Replace. So I don't need what was there anymore. And if I go back into here, now I can replace this. Upload. And I will get the one that I just created, which is this. Select it, insert it, and I have to clean up that other one after. Now I'm going to edit this. Oh, see, now here's the thing. I should have known that this would happen. I don't have to scale it, and I don't have to set this as like a straight 150 because MailChimp is doing it for me. So it's already putting that at the right size. So maybe I'll leave it for now, and we'll see how the rest of this continues to go on. So, oh, Lucy, thank you for coming by. I'm just doing another one of these things where I'm working on the computer for a while. I won't be very long today, maybe another half hour or so. But thank you for coming by. I really appreciate it. We've had quite a busy weekend, so I'm way behind on videos. I see you've gone live. I have your bell on, so I think you went live 3 or 4 times. It seemed to me I was getting notifications, but we were out. We had a birthday dinner for somebody, and yesterday we had a charity event. Kristen runs a charity, so we're doing a bit of that several times a year. Well, it's her full-time thing, but I'm involved several times a year. So what I'm working on is this MailChimp system, and it's just one of these programs that allows you to make an email list for your followers. So I always say anybody who's got a brand or a small business of any kind needs to have an email list. And the reason why is because things like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram come and go, as we've seen with MySpace and Friendster and a few other things, but email is always there. So email is like the greatest thing you can have. If you have somebody's email address, I expect you only to ever use your powers for good, never evil. But if you have somebody's email address, you are able to get them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere else very easily. So what I'm doing is editing this email. This is one that will be the first thing that's emailed to people after they confirm their subscription on the email list. When you sign up for an email list, you get a confirmation email. It says click here, and then this will be sent to them right after. So what do I want to say? So if I say join, see, I'm a marketing guy, right? So I overthink all this stuff. But do I want to just say like us on Facebook? No, because that's not the purpose. The purpose is not like Facebook really has no value to the TuberChat inner workings. It is supposed to be providing value to the people who come there. It's meant to be a small community where people can post their videos, and hopefully everybody can like and watch, and you can start, swapping with people playlists and things like that, and hopefully a little community will grow around that. So the TuberChat side, me and the other people involved, are the ones who are going to benefit the least out of having a Facebook page. It's part of the work to provide the value that we want TuberChat to be. So we don't know what it will become. TuberChat is meant to be something that will be crowdsourced. So as people join us and hop on, it will become what everybody wants it to become. Of course, within the confines of, what we've meant for it is to be a YouTube channel, like a growth stream where we can help everybody get lots of subscribers. The purpose, and forgive me, I'm supposed to be working on the computer and I'm talking again, but the purpose is to help those who come in after us, make it easier for them to get their first 1,000 subscribers and get their 4,000 watch hours. Easier for them than it was for us, and especially for all of you who are here even before I got into this stuff. I have been on YouTube for 3 years or so working, but I haven't been on this side of it. And now that I found this, I really like it, and I think I can bring some real value to people. So that's what TuberChat's meant for. So join our Facebook page is what I say, as opposed to like us on Facebook, because I don't need anybody to like it. I need them to I would like for everybody to get value out of it. The next one we'll move on to, I will use Instagram because I feel like the people who I'm talking to these days are using Instagram probably the most of all. But Facebook is where they're going to get the most value, so that's why Facebook is number 2. Instagram goes next, and I'll worry about Twitter afterwards, and then I'll add to it another time. So, join. I'll just use their thing. Join the conversation on Twitter. I don't even know if they're still using that as a campaign for Twitter itself, but they were all the time. So let's go get the iOS app icon. So I want Twitter on the App Store. And go to images, and if there's any luck, their app icon would have come right up, but it's not. Twitter iOS icon, and let's say 2020, just in case. So that's the one I was looking for. And I will save as, this will be Twitter MC icon, MailChimp icon. Even though I know I'm going to have to do the same thing to this that I did to the Facebook one. So here we go with Photoshop. I will open up the Twitter icon. You don't have to use Photoshop like I keep saying, but I just use it because I use it every day. I use my thing, knock out the background. It's so simple. I can't believe how simple this has become. It used to be such a headache to do that. Of course, I'm aging myself by saying that, but I don't need to do anything with this. Step backward. File, I'd go save for web. And I want the transparency to stay, so I have to save it as a PNG file. I'll leave it at 428 like it was. Save, it's going to replace. Now I can go back to MailChimp and see how easy MailChimp is to use. Like, I know I'm talking a mile a minute like I always do, but it's just so unbelievably easy to use the system. Not to mention, they let you send almost as many emails as you want, up to 2,000 subscribers for free. You only have to start paying for it after you have 2,000 subscribers on your email list. So you can imagine that is a lot of time, as we've all seen. So if you think getting subscribers for a YouTube channel is difficult, wait until you try getting subscribers for an email list. But it can be done, and we are going the slow and steady route on this. So, oh, I meant to say Instagram, but it doesn't matter. Okay, see, I told you I was going to do Instagram next, and then I went to Twitter. Twitter's on my mind because, let me do some self-promotion here. If I can I do it? I can't. I had done a video today, just today, that was a, oh, here we go. Another Twitter tutorial. I haven't even done the thumbnail for it yet. But anyway, so the same as I did the Instagram tutorial the other day, I've done a Twitter one so that people can get benefit out of using their, promoting their videos on Twitter. And I show 3 different ways to do it. So there's like a multitude of different ways to get that done. But I just like the idea of doing these tutorials because I want everybody that I meet, as you know, I'm growing my own community and I'm becoming more of a part of more people's communities. I want to make sure I'm giving as much value as I possibly can. And I think that if everybody takes the time that they can and promotes on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the other places like Snapchat or TikTok or LinkedIn, you're going to get a lot more hits and views on your YouTube videos. So now let's go Instagram, iOS app icon. Hopefully this comes up. So I don't see Instagram on the App Store. I wanted the store. I'd like them all to be uniform if I can, or as close as possible. That's it right there, but it's not where I wanted to get it from. What if we find Instagram App Store and see if I can steal it right off of Apple's website. I haven't done this in a while. So we'll right click and see, they do a protection thing, so they don't want you taking the image too easy. But lucky for them, I will open up the web developer. Let's try web console and see if this is going to give me what I want. Memory storage, local storage. I don't know how to do this with this one as easy as with the others. Cache storage, accessibility, inspector. I'm having a real headache trying to figure that out. I probably have this. I probably downloaded it 10 times. Instagram app icon iOS. Let's just try again. Images. There's a ton of them there. Okay, I'll just chop one. It doesn't take me very long to get aggravated with this stuff. Now, I don't know if this is an exact copy of it, but I'm going to use this one. Save image as. Now I want Instagram. I should have taken it right out of my Instagram tutorial video now that I'm thinking about it. Instagram MC icon. Save. And now I go into Photoshop again. I don't need Twitter anymore. Don't need Facebook anymore. And I will open up what we just downloaded. Instagram. Open with Photoshop. Oh, this is terrible because it's so small. I don't know how this is going to look after, but we'll see. Image trim. File, save for web. I'm going to scale this way up. I'll scale to 150 because that was what we scaled the other one to. It looked okay. Save and replace, or whether it asked me to or not. And now I'm going to go back into my MailChimp, and I wanted Instagram here. Join the conversation on Twitter. Ugh, I gotta find a better way to say this. Follow us on Instagram. But I don't want that. Because I want people to do more than follow us. I don't want them, because when you say like follow me on Instagram, you're talking about yourself. Follow us because we just want more followers, but that's not the case at all. That's not what this whole thing is supposed to be. And like I said, I know I overthink this stuff, but if I keep it in the back of my mind for a while, maybe I'll come up with something. Select it, insert it, and there we go. So you can see that the email is starting to take shape. Now I'm going to look at this. This is 545 by 175. So I'm going to make a new one of these. Don't save. I'm going to open my logo, which I recently opened, which is this one. Image, trim, transparent pixels. Oh, that's not what I want. Image trim based on the top left pixel color, so clear out all that white space. Now, I have to figure out what is 75% of 575. 570, I'm using a calculator. 575 times 0.75 is 431. So let's make this 430. Image size 430. There's no rule that says you have to do this. I tend to like things that are have about 25% white space when putting logos in things like the logo at the top of the email there. So image canvas size, and I forgot already what the dimensions were. 545 by 175. I should check that 175 too. Okay, image canvas size. Pixels 575. Was it 145? I could say it 100 times instead of 175. What am I thinking? 175. Let's see how that looks. Okay, see, I should have done it a different way. Step backward. Okay, 175 times 0.75 equals 131. So I'm going to measure that. Image size. I want this 130. It's just going to make it look a little bit nicer, not so squished. When you look at, the reason I'm going through this headache is, you see how big that is? It's way too big. It could be smaller. Canvas size, now 575 by 175. I don't know if there's an easier way to do all this, but this is what I do all the time. So Kristen, I see you're saying, what about engage with us on Instagram? That's actually a lot better than follow us, so maybe I'll change it to that for now in case I think of something else, but it is a better idea than what I've got, that's for sure. Save for web. Save. This one does not have to be a PNG, so I'll make it a JPEG with my regular compression settings, and I will call this TuberChat MailChimp logo. Save. I think I put that in my downloads folder. I hope I did. Now I can replace this. Upload. You see the TuberChat logo that I got was squished. I didn't make any white space. And that was just because I signed up the account and I just got it ready and I didn't really do anything with it. There's the one we just made. It uploads. I select it, insert it, and there we go. So it looks a little nicer. It's not gorgeous, but I'll keep working on this. Now, I think that these logos look way too big, so maybe I can change those. I'll worry about the text afterwards. Engage with us on Instagram. Although I think I'm going to change these things to say something about, so you join the conversation, that's just awful. I'm going to change these to say something about the community or something like that. Although, subscribe to our YouTube channel is exactly what I want them to do. It's the number one most important thing. The rest of it is value adds, if you want to call it that. So we have these set up. Let me just see what I'm going to do about the size of this. Now, if I edit this, we go back down into our corner here, and we remember, let's try 100 and see how we feel about that. 100 by 100, save, and that shrunk it a little bit. It really didn't do what I wanted it to do. I don't even know if this matters. But let's just do them all because I think I like it. It's a little too in your face the way that they were. Knock this down to 100. We can always edit this as much as we want. Like I was saying, it saves. It's all cloud-based. I don't have to remember where my files are or any of that stuff. Edit. This one goes down to 100. Easy, easy stuff. And then the Twitter one. And that's all I'm going to work on for today. I will add the other stuff afterwards. So, here we are. Just going to have a look at my other screen, maybe. Okay, so we've moved. Now, you see a section down here. They add this in for you automatically, so I can add some more stuff. Website, MailChimp.com, Facebook. So we want another couple of these as well. Add another service. Is YouTube included? YouTube. Of course it is. YouTube channel URL. Now you'll remember, like I said, we're going to grab this and we're going to use... Thank you, Lucy, very much. I'm going to add the URL, but I'm going to put my question mark, sub underscore confirmation. Oh. Equals 1. YouTube, and that's fine. And then add another service, and we want Instagram, which is there. You see they have their nice icons already set for you. Instagram.com/TuberChat. Save and close. And let me go back and check all these things. So the website, is TuberChat.com. And whether we need it or not, I'll put the www there. Facebook.com/TuberChat. Oh, link text. We don't really need this. It did it on the other ones, but we're not. If we use the icons the way they are down here default, then we don't need it. Twitter.com/TuberChat. And I want them moved. YouTube goes first. Facebook goes next. Instagram, Twitter, and then the website. Save. Easy, easy, easy stuff. And this is what the email will look like when it is sent. So if I go, what can I do here? I got to change all this text too. I got to get in here and write something useful. Lucy, if I was a professional if I was a professor in college, nobody would get anything done because I would repeat myself 100 times. I would talk all day. I would insist I'm going to do something. I would do 3 other things. But when I do these tutorials, so again with the self-promotion, but you saw the Instagram tutorial, I hope. I forget if you said you did. I'm quite sure you did. And I've got now a Twitter one coming, right? And I'll put that up. I don't know whether it'll go this week or I'll do something else. I always put my videos up on Wednesday. So the tutorials allow me to work the way you saw the other day when I was doing those business cards, like just all over the place, even the way I am here, you know, back and forth, this, that, changing my mind about everything. But I can chop them down. So the Twitter tutorial shows you, for instance, 3 ways to do it in less than 9 minutes. I think it's 8 minutes and something. So all the stuff that I do in the middle of everything just gets cut. So that's what I like about pre-recorded videos, and that was something that I've been wanting to do since I started working on YouTube. I knew that I would be, let's say, good at it, just have a marketing background, right? But I've been working on these other channels for years. We have, you know, almost a couple million views happening and this and that. So I knew eventually this would be in my future. This is what I wanted to do, was some of these tutorials. So for now I'll keep them on my own site, but I might start adding a series onto TuberChat as well. As we get closer to the launch, I'll see what people are asking for, and I'll see how people react to these tutorials. Because like I said, I wanted TuberChat to be crowdsourced. I want it to become whatever everybody wants it to become. And therefore, you know, I can make a series if that's what everybody wants. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing a few on my own channel for now. I just want something I can show people. So when I say, you know, are you putting your YouTube videos on Instagram? If they say no, I say, well, here's how I do it. Watch this video, right? What am I going to write in here? This is the email that everybody gets after they've signed up. So make sure you're subscribed to the, I don't want to say our, I want to say the YouTube channel, so you can start joining other creators and gain subscribers at record, gain quality subscribers at record speed. So I will change all of this because there's one thing that I know about myself. I can say this and that about marketing and everything else. When I write something, it sounds like a textbook, in my opinion. It's not that there's no personality to it, but it's like, you know, kind of what you would expect. There's not any flair, and I'm trying to get better at that. So what I'll do is I'll do usually something like this. I'll write up something very generic, and then I'll look at it and say, how can I make this sentence or this paragraph more fun? How can I make it more personable? And I'll change my mind 100 times about whether I say, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel or our YouTube channel or your YouTube channel, you know, or whatever I might say there. So let's leave this for now. Go to the Facebook one. You see how easy this is? I just love MailChimp. I will put a link in the description to it with an affiliate link for myself, although I haven't done that yet. Lucy always has the nicest things to say, and of course Kristen does, but that is what everybody would expect by now. So join our Facebook page. So the first thing I'm going to start this with for now is post your videos on our Facebook page. On the Facebook page. On the Facebook page, and I like Kristen's word, engage. No, I'll use it later. Post your videos on the Facebook page so you can get views, likes, and constructive feedback from other quality creators in the TuberChat community. Yes, quality creators in the TuberChat community. This needs to be add to dictionary. Oh, I should be. Yeah, I decided not to use the squished thing, right? I gotta figure that out. I gotta go back and replace anything that has the two words TuberChat together with space. It's very important, for branding and stuff like that. Everything's got to be uniform all the time. Most of the stuff that I do, I always squish the words together because that's like the 90s and 2000s way of doing it. But in this case, I got everything, tuberchat.com. I've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff with the right handle, so it really doesn't matter. And things like that are starting to become less important anyway, because when people search you, they're going to find it eventually anyhow. So engage with us on Instagram. Now, I said I wasn't going to do this, but follow our Instagram profile. I will change this, but let's just say for now, for your chance to be a featured creator, I'm having so much trouble spelling it, I don't know why. Your chance to be a featured creator and gain, I probably shouldn't use the word gain because I used it already, exposure to quality creators just like you. See, this is nonsense what I'm writing, but it's okay. We'll change it after. I don't get beat up about it. I just know that I sound like a textbook. So I don't know what we're going to do with Instagram. The problem is, I think in my head, how can I build value for people? How can I get, maybe it makes sense to make people, to take a video a day, or at least a creator a day, and feature them. Because on Instagram, you want to be posting often. It's the best way to handle it. What I eventually wish for all of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and then eventually LinkedIn, and I don't know what we'll do with TikTok, but maybe that too. I'm not a big fan of Snapchat, but we'll see. If everybody wants it, we'll worry about it. But what I want to do is build value. Maybe we can have a featured video or featured post or featured creator, and then every day I'd like to have on all the platforms at least one thing going out that features other people, right? And then what that will build is, as the numbers start to grow on all of these accounts, hopefully people will want to be featured, and then the benefits that we get from TuberChat by having a big audience and then being able to come out with what everybody wants, we will be able to get that because people will want to be featured. I think, once we have 1,000 Instagram followers, and especially 10,000 and more than that, who wouldn't? So yeah, sincerely, Lucy. TikTok. So TikTok is so big, and I preach about this all the time right now, that we've all got to be on it. If you're not on it, please, I beg you, get on it right away. You got to at least sign up. And think about what you can start posting. If you just watch it for a few minutes a day, 5 to 10 minutes even. Just sit there and watch it and see what people are doing. It's changing right now. And it's not just singing and dancing, although that's 90% of it, but you will be able to come up with creative ideas for yourself, for your YouTube videos, for your channel, for your, whatever else you want to do. I have not come up with what I want to do with it yet. I think I have ideas, but I'm not happy with anything yet. But we'll see. But you must have it. So please go get it. At least lock up the name. As you see, like I've done with TuberChat here, I got everything. So get your name that you want, and then you can always fill it afterwards if you are not already. If you do have TikTok, then please do me a favor. Follow me, because I do have it. My personal one is Kevin Kaye. And I'd love to see what you're doing, because I'm still thinking about it. So I'm going to wrap this up in a few more minutes. And maybe what I should do, how can I get you a link to what I want you to see next? Let's go here. Actually, I'm not logged into my own thing. If I go on Chrome and I go to a new window and I bring my window over, because I'm logged in on YouTube here on my personal one. Let's see who's live, who we can send everybody to. Let's see who we've got here. Okay, it's not that I'm playing favorites, but here's what I'm going to do. I'll send you guys to a growth network. Let me copy the URL here, copy link address, and I will drop his video here. Happy Lux is a growth network that I've been able to get a lot of subscribers from lately, similar to the Crockett Way or Melda Armour family and this and that. But I am a moderator on that channel, and Happy Lux has been great. So hi Kira, thank you for joining. I'm actually just wrapping up, and I was just working on the computer again for an hour. But I just want to make sure, because I'm going to wrap it up, that you guys have somewhere to go that will give you some value. But definitely that growth stream, I don't know if I'm going to make it on or not to that one, but I am on most of his stuff. But you will get some subscribers, especially if you haven't been there before. And his name is Happy Lux on his channel. So I guess I should think about what I'm going to do here. So hopefully you've got a little bit of value out of seeing what I'm doing today, just working with this MailChimp system. If you haven't heard of MailChimp before, I love it. I've been using it for many years. It gets better and better all the time. It's a cloud-based system that allows you to send emails for free, just like you get from all your favorite companies. It's free up to your first 2,000 subscribers. So I've never had to pay for it, because I haven't run any lists that have been over that. And as I start this new one, I know it's going to be quite a while before we get 2,000 people, but I want it to be there. And the biggest reason is, again, to build value for people. Icy, thanks for coming by. I appreciate the kind words. So the value that I like to bring is in the fact that when somebody signs up, we can allow them to be found where they want to be found. Because we hang out on on YouTube all the time. I got Twitter on the brain today. We hang out on YouTube, like I'm assuming you guys like me are on YouTube. That's the main focus all the time. But not everybody does that. There are people who are willing to watch your videos, and there are people who are willing to engage with your YouTube channel that are just not hanging out on YouTube all the time. So they want to be found where they want to be found. So if you engage with Facebook, if you engage with Instagram, if you engage with Twitter, you are able to market to people who weren't necessarily going to get to your video, not by any fault of their own, and draw them in. So I just insist everybody should be doing it all the time, and this is what I'm intending on doing with TuberChat. The biggest thing I want to do is throw a wide net and start building whatever value I can, and like I keep saying, let the crowd decide what it's going to become. So I am going to wrap this up. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. I've just been working on this stuff for an hour, something I've been meaning to do as we build up TuberChat and get it ready for hopefully right away in the beginning of the month of April, I'm going to get it going. It will be a growth network like Happy Lux and those others that will hopefully gain you a ton of subscribers, quality people, because that's how we're trying to build it from the beginning. And if you would, just please thumbs up the video before you go. If there's anybody who you think could get some value out of this at all, I'd love it if you'd share it. And then if you haven't subscribed to me already, please do. And I will see you on the next video. So thank you very much again from KevinKaye.com.